Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 called By Spirit. This is about me sharing with you my journey on the inner healing work, doing the shadow work, the deep dark night of the soul work. It all plays a big part, and it's also for me to share some of the struggles that I went throughout my childhood into adulthood so that maybe some of you may be able to connect the dots in your own life as well. Last week, I talked about suicide and suicide thoughts. So this week, I would like to talk about alcohol and drugs. There was a period in my life, in my teen years, into until I was about 24 years old, that I drank very heavily. I did a lot of cocaine. That was like my big drug. I smoked pot too, but I have different views on smoking pot versus cocaine and some of the harder drugs. And for me, it was to escape from what I was feeling on the inside, right? The sexual abuse that I went through as a child, abandonment issues that I had as a child. Now, obviously, back then, the abandonment issues weren't really to the forefront for me, but definitely dealing with the sexual abuse, not feeling like I fit in anywhere. I had friends. It wasn't that I didn't have friends, but I still didn't feel like I really fit in with some of them, most of them actually. I did have three that I did really connect with on a close level. We were really close friends, did things together, visited each other's houses, stuff like that. But not ever anything that was long term. Okay. So I struggled in school because I really feel I'm dyslexic because I still struggle sometimes. And it was challenging for me. It was very challenging for me. And also, you know, I didn't start dealing in the heavier drugs until my later teens, young adulthood, when things started getting really difficult for me. And I continued on that spree until I was 24 years old, until I became pregnant with my first child. And then I focused my attention on my pregnancy and the type of mother that I wanted to be for my children that I didn't have myself growing up. So my children essentially saved my life because I do believe, had they not come into my life at the time that they did come into my life, I may not be here right now sharing this with you. So the point of this video is, if you're finding that you're drinking a lot of alcohol, okay, or you're dealing into the world of drugs, I invite you to just step back for a minute and ask yourself, what are you covering up from? What is the pain that you're not wanting to feel? That is putting you towards that path of doing drugs or drinking excessively. Okay. Some of you, it could be you were raised in a household with a bunch of alcoholics. So for you, it's normal to delve into that world. Okay. But, remember, you are not your parents. You are a sole individual person of your own. And you can break that cycle. You can change that pattern. And, are you doing drugs because you don't want to, feel the pain, the hurt from the wounds, from things that were done to you, maybe? Again, I invite you to second think that, because if I had someone in my younger years that, were had experience with doing the journey within, doing the inner healing work, I really feel that my life would have been very different than what it is today. But obviously, it wasn't meant to be that way, or I wouldn't be here today talking to you, right? I may be doing something totally different. So I'm grateful for those experiences now. But at the time when I was going through them, I was very confused. I was running from the pain like crazy. I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to see. And I definitely was not in a place of where I wanted to heal. And I got myself into therapy at the age of 18, and I was still delving in drugs until the age of 24. I was in and out of therapy. So I want to say, I am not a doctor, I am not a therapist. The tools that I've used to heal myself, I also was doing therapy at the time. And I also was doing yoga at the time. I was like collecting my tools that went into my bag of tricks, right? That were working for me. So, please, by all means, if you're in therapy, don't stop your therapy. But there are other holistic tools, natural tools that we were actually born with that we can use to our advantage to really deepen that connection with God, with the universe, with spirit, with creator, whatever it is to you, and really dive deep into our heart center and really begin to heal those wounds so that, we don't have to do drugs. We don't have to drink at excessive levels. We don't have to run from it anymore. We can allow ourselves to feel the pain of it, and then, we can heal it once that wound is revealed. And that's what this is all about. So I want to be a beacon for others. I cannot find your light for you. That's something you have to put the work in to do. However, I do offer sessions on transformational healing where I teach you how to start the journey for yourself so that you can heal and grow and evolve and find your oyster, your light, your pearl light, and feed it so that it can grow and grow and grow and shine. So I hope this video helps someone out there to know that you are much more than what you think you are right now at this very moment in your life. You may not realize it yet. You may be starting to feel like there has to be more to this journey than just what I'm doing. There has to be more to life. I wasn't just put here to experience all these bad things that happened to me. They happened for a purpose. And I need to know that purpose. And I can tell you from doing the work and feeling like I was all alone, who else could possibly have gone through the things that I went through? I noticed that as I healed and I started talking, I was meeting other healers that were doing the healing work for themselves through the tools that they use. Some, we use the same tools. Others of us, we use the same tools plus other tools, right? Because that's what happens when you start doing the work. You start wanting to learn more things, more cultural ways and how they do the path of healing or their belief system in God, creator, the universe. It really opens you up to being able to express to others and learn from others as well. So that's what I want to create. That's part of what I want to create on this channel by sharing my story with you guys every Sunday, a little piece of myself and the things that I've learned throughout my own journey and the things that I've healed and the things that I've masked up. is my whole purpose of doing that, is being that beacon so that you become your own beacon, you find your own light, and you just let it shine brighter and brighter with each passing day. So, one of the things that I used to do, I don't do it so much anymore. I do still do it from time to time, but I used to write poetry to get me through those dark times. And when I started doing the healing work for myself, I actually came across some of those poems that I thought were lost. So every week, I'm going to share one of those poems with you. And the poem that I'm going to share with you today is called You Can't Take My Soul. So I'm going to try not to get emotional reading this, because I think you'll understand where my mindset was at the time as a teenager when I wrote this poem. I was in a very dark place. So I want to share this poem with you. It's called You Can't Take My Soul. You stole my dignity. You stole my identity. You stole from me my virginity. You made me believe this was how you showed someone you cared. In everyone else's eyes, that was not the truth. All you did was enable them to label me with another name. No one saw the fear in my eyes, the unhappy child that didn't smile, nor the tears that were being shed. So here I am alone in the world where you put me to bear the shame. Now by day I turn to Mr. Pot, by night I look for Mr. Alcohol. As I drift into unconsciousness, the peace is replaced with the terrifying nightmares of you calling my name. As time goes on, still unable to understand, and I can't even begin to deal with the pain, I call upon a new friend who goes by the name of Mr. Cocaine. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, I'm going to reread the last part. Sorry. I call upon a new friend who goes by the name of Mr. Cocaine. Now I no longer sleep nor eat, but I no longer feel the pain. My diet consists of water, Pepsi, and Gatorade. When I look in the mirror, I see myself starting to fade. Can no one see my face but me? Can no one see what you've done to me? Every day I grow weaker from your inflicted pain. I lay myself down and sob to myself, thinking about the day I want to die. When I hear a small voice from within, I am your fan, your friend, the one who still stands beside you if no one else will. I'm the laughter you seek on any given day, the sunshine you feel that comes with the rain, the peaceful feeling you get from the ocean waves. I'm the beauty you seek hiding deep inside. I am your friend, your partner, even after the end. While listening to this voice of wisdom, I realize there's still hope for me. For you forgot about the one thing you could never take away from me, the most precious gift of all, which is my soul, for that is something God gave to me. I told you I can't promise, guys, that I'm not going to get emotional on these videos, because, again, this was from a very, very dark place in my life. So reading it, it empowers me more because I realized that that in itself was a lot of healing for me. That was one of the very first healings for me in my wounds around sexual molestation, rape. So when I read this now and I think about, wow, I am so happy that I didn't end my life when I was 13. I'm so happy my children came into my life because they saved my life. And I am forever grateful and feel so very blessed in my life that the two most precious gifts that were given to me allowed me to pull from a place inside me that I didn't even realize existed. You know, I didn't drink alcohol often. I still don't drink alcohol often. And truth be told, I have one drink, two drinks, and I really don't need any more drinks anymore. Where, in my younger years, I would literally chug a fifth of Jack Daniels like it was water. It was bad. It was really bad there for a while. And so I just want to say to you, write. If you're having a hard time dealing, write poetry. Get your feelings out, because that's another avenue of saving yourself and starting to find your light and find that glimmer of hope. I don't believe in the Catholic religion. I didn't ever believe in the Catholic religion growing up. I did, however, have a strong belief in God, that there's something more out there than just this life, being born. Well, okay, how was I born? And I know this whole the logistics behind how a child is conceived, but where did the very first person come from? That's where my mind was at. I believed in aliens, and I still do. If there's life on this planet, why can't there be life on other planets, in other galaxies that we aren't even able to explore yet? That could be watching us right now and observing us, right? So you are a valuable person. You're a beautiful person with the most gorgeous inner light inside of you. Please don't give up hope. Reach out to me. My email address is in the description box down below. If you're interested in doing some transformational coaching sessions with me, email me. I have packages, I have payment plans, so you won't be left out in the cold. You won't feel alone, because you're not. There's so many people that are experiencing the same thing you are right now. It's about the people you surround yourself with. Back then, I surrounded myself with people who drank a lot, with people who did drugs, because they were going through the same thing I was going through. And then when I shifted and really focused on being a mom and raising my kids, those people just fell out of my life like instantly. And it was amazing. It was a beautiful thing. And I had some friends that I did keep in my circle that respected my boundaries. And these are people who I met before I had kids, who we ended up having children around the same time. So their energy shifted as well from where they were at to, okay, I have a child to take care of now. And and they too have grown and evolved since then. Have they healed their inner child wounds? I can't speak for them. I can only speak for myself. Some of them I talk on a very limited basis. And it's for no other reason than I'm just on a different path right now. I still love them dearly. They were a big part of my life. And those from my teenage years, I've really let them go, because they weren't vibrating on my energy field. You know, I reconnected with them. I lived in New Hampshire for a lot of years, and when I moved back to New York to become to come full circle with my past, that was my intention when I moved back, was to heal those things. I met up with some of them and they were still like stuck at 15 and 16 years of age. And I was just like, yeah, that's totally not where I want to go. I don't want to go down that avenue anymore. I'm beyond that now. But I still had healing work to do. So I was beyond the heavy drugs and, you know, the heavy alcohol consumption, but I wasn't yet healing the wounds. I was at the very, very beginning stages. So that's what we're going to talk about next week, is when you do make the choice to really do the inner work, and how I did that and what I healed for myself by doing it, and the realizations that I came to. That's what we're going to be sharing next week. So please, guys, share this video, get it out there for someone else that may need that little bit of hope, that little bit of encouragement, to see that they do have a light inside them that just is waiting to burst open and shine and show the world who they really are. They're not what the world has labeled them at, but they're something so, so much more than that. So till next time, guys, I hope you're enjoying these videos. Please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Share it on your social media with your friends, with somebody that you may think is going through a hard time right now. You may be their beacon of light by sharing this video. Also, real quick, guys, I just want to mention I am going back to just doing individual sign readings on my channel. So my goal is to do 6 a day, which will give you guys 2 to 3 videos a week, but definitely 4 a day. So they may be getting put up at night, because it all depends on how many I get done. And there's a cable I have to get for my laptop to plug into directly into my internet so that my videos upload faster rather than doing it over wireless. I learned that last week towards the end of the week. So bear with me, guys. There's lots more to come on my channel. I promise you that. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, click that bell for all notifications. Until next time, guys, from my heart to yours, love, light, and blessings. May they shine in your light. May they shower down upon you, and may you give your love freely. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.